On today's episode of the 262 Fishing Friday Forum, I'm giving you guys the full walkthrough and rundown on my boat. Alright guys, don't forget, before we get into the video, we're in the middle of No Shave November, thus the mustache. But I'm raising money based on new subscribers, total views, thumbs up, and view hours. And I'm donating to the American Heart Association to raise awareness for men's health for No Shave November. So do me a favor guys, go ahead and subscribe right now, thumbs up the video, share the video, and let's get this donation going. Alright, so today's episode, I'm doing a full walkthrough and first impression review of my boat. If you guys remember, I got this boat in the middle of June. I've been fishing out of it a ton ever since, and I wanted to walk you guys through how I've got it set up and what comes on it and my first impressions. Alright, the boat's a little bit of a mess right now because I am out fishing, so I apologize for that. But we're going to start up here with the Minooka Power Drive. This is the trolling motor that comes with it. It's a 70-pound, 24-volt. I usually have it set to about 2 or 3. I've got it turned up a little higher right now because of the wind. If I go full throttle, turn it all the way up to 10, I can usually get between 2.5 to 3 miles an hour. It does a good enough job. There's no fancy features like spot lock or anything that come on it. It is an upgrade that I'm considering doing though. But for what I need, it seems to do the trick just fine. Alright, let's come down now to the starboard side storage. This is where I keep my anchor, my rain suit, my throwables, and then my basics lures so that they're within an arm's reach. Behind here, we've got actually a nice little opening behind the door. This is where I keep all the emergency stuff, the fire extinguisher, the electronic flare, daytime emergency signals. If we come over to the port side, this is of course the live well. And another storage back here. I'm not using that for anything right now. So this boat does have a center rod locker, and I do use it for my rods. This is where I put kind of my the rods I don't use quite as often. This is where I store like the panfish rods. I've got a musky rod in there. And then just off to the side here, got a couple of cup holders there I just use for utility stuff. This glove box is really nice, but I want to warn you guys, this is not waterproof. If you're out in the rain, water's going to get all up in here. I learned that the hard way. So right now I'm just using it to store some rod sleeves and the cover for my graph. And of course the graph is right over here. It comes with the Lowrance Hook 7TS. It does a good enough job. It's easy to use. It's not the world's greatest graph, but it does the trick just fine. So, and of course we get all of our toggle switches and everything. They're self-explanatory. I'm not going to worry about explaining all of those. It does have an AM/FM radio as well, and you can hook up a Bluetooth phone to it. This is actually one of my favorite features down here, is I've got a charging port so I can charge up all my GoPro batteries, which is always nice, right next to the speakers. They do get plenty loud. Alright, so this little like utility storage, this is where I keep just some like little wash stuff, the girls' hats, sunglasses, garbage, screwdriver. So if we flip down the port side seat, of course we have our live well here. Looks like a little bit of water left over, no big deal. And then in this little storage, this is where I keep my tournament stuff. So I don't have the bump board in there right now, but this is where I normally keep the bump board, weight bag, cull tags, all that good stuff. And then on the starboard side storage, this is where I just keep all the fun stuff. We've got some inflatable tubes, the life jackets for the girls. I think we got some, yep, we got a rope in there for the tube. Which, speaking of tubing and skiing and all that good stuff, where are those? Those all live over here. I really haven't done much with this compartment other than adding a couple of bumpers for if I'm parked along a dock, and I threw my longer bump board in there as well. This needs to be up there. And then the little side compartment here on the starboard side, I've got a first aid kit, all my registration stuff, all that good stuff. Alright, so down on the floor here, nothing really too special. The batteries kind of hang out under there. My bump board's there for now because it's not put away properly. And all my dock line lives there. In there is just fuses. I don't do anything in there. And then I keep a secondary battery, or a secondary anchor in this compartment here. Alright, and last but certainly not least is rod storage. Keep all of my bait casters on one side and all of my spinning reel setups on the other side. That way I always know what I'm reaching for. Oh, and of course, how could I forget the Mercury 150 on the back, powering the whole thing. Just an absolute beast of a motor. I love this thing. Gets the job done. I've had it just shy of 50 miles an hour full throttle with just me on it. It's a beautiful, beautiful motor, even though it's dirty right now. If you're going for a bigger boat, I wouldn't go anything less than a 150. Alright, so that's a real quick walkthrough of how I've got the boat set up. I want to give you guys my first impressions of the boat. First of all, the motor itself, that Mercury back there, absolutely phenomenal. I wouldn't go with anything less. Mercury's been phenomenal for me already. I've had Mercs in the past, and of course this one's running like a champion right now. The boat itself has held up great. You guys know I've used the heck out of all my stuff, and it's held up just fine. No problems there at all. A couple of the minor finish things, because Tracker is more of a budget-friendly boat, you're not getting the fancy chrome or anything like that, and you're saving money in the process. So a couple of small finishing things, but really nothing to scoff at. It certainly is taking everything I can throw at it. Of course, there's more storage on this boat than I even know what to do with, which is phenomenal. Like I said, the trolling motor is definitely doing its job, although I'll probably still upgrade it. The fish finder, the graph on it, it's doing its job, although I'd like to upgrade that and get one on the bow as well. But overall, this has been a really great boat for me. I wouldn't shy away from buying a Tracker. I know there have been concerns in the past about if they leak or not. The only time I've ever had it leak was when the drain plug wasn't in. And make sure you're subscribed to see that, because that episode is coming this Tuesday. So that's the basic summary. First 4 months of riding the boat. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to put it away pretty soon this year. So getting out a couple times just to get my money's worth for the year, get some fishing in, and enjoy this beautiful day that we have today here in southeastern Wisconsin. So as always, guys, drop a comment down below. Let me know where you'd like me to fish next in Waukesha County, and that's where I'll head to. If you have an idea for an episode, let me know. I do work on them. Just because you don't see them doesn't mean I'm not doing them. I just don't do very well fishing my comfort zone, let alone outside of it. But you guys already know that. Nevertheless, make sure you guys subscribe. We're still trying to do that fundraiser for the American Heart Association for No Shave November. And as always, folks, remember, it doesn't matter if you go around the world or go around the corner, just as long as you go fishing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the water.